I got a message from a lady today, and she came up with a solemn request that I should remember that my message on altars is not yet complete, and that I've not yet spoken about how to set up an altar on a business platform as an insurance policy to guarantee that the hand of God will be upon our endeavors, that He will cause it to prosper. So we'll just take 15 minutes and respond to her. Then we'll go to the book of 2 Kings chapter 6, which is the text that we'll be looking at under the topic, surviving the hard times. 2 Samuel chapter 6, beginning from verse 7 to verse 11. 2 Samuel chapter 6, beginning from verse 7 to verse number 11. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Uzziah, and God smote him there for his error. And there he died by the ark, and David was displeased because God had made a breach upon Uzzah, and he called the name of the place Perez Uzzah to this day. And David was afraid for the Lord that day and said, how shall the ark of the Lord come to me? So David would not remove the ark of the Lord unto him into the city of David, but David carried it aside into the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite, and the ark of the Lord continued at the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite 3 months, and the Lord blessed Obed-Edom and all his household. And it was told the king, saying, the Lord has blessed the house of Obed-Edom and all that pertaineth unto him. Why is that? Because of the ark of God. So don't forget the issue of the divine order. So an entire nation was in violation of the divine order, and the act that was supposed to bring blessing on the house of God became an object of slaughter because the divine order was not acknowledged. And it looks to me like after Uzzah died, they were looking for someone to die. They checked Mary, they said no. If Mary dies, there'll be a problem. They checked Timothy, they said no, Timothy cannot die. They decided that it was Obed-Edom that was good to die. Because the last feat that the ark of God bore brought death upon a man that was trying to stabilize it. At that point, everyone was afraid of what the ark could do. The mystery that surrounded the ark was more mysterious. It was in this condition that the ark was domiciled in the house of Obed-Edom. Are you there? All right, so what this man did was that he found a way to appease the one whose presence was captured in the ark. He found a way to do the things that the priest did not do during the procession. He found a way to offer sacrifices to the presence of the ark, the presence of God that was associated with the ark. Because the ark was a symbol of God's presence. God has decided that he will walk through the ark. So he made the ark an altar in his household, attending to it. He made the ark an altar among his workers. Then the spiritual dimension of the ark began to find expression. And this was the testimony and it was told King David, saying, the Lord hath blessed the house of Obed-Edom and all that pertaineth to him because of the ark of God. Because of the ark of God. He brought the ark of God into his premises, and he began to do some things that the other people did not do. And the moment God was pleased, the impact of the presence of the ark was felt on everything that was done. If they go to the farm, you will see the impact of their alignment with the person behind the ark in their family. If they want to rear chickens, you will see the impact of their alignment with the ark in the poultry farm. If they wanted to do business, you will see the impact of their alignment with the ark in whatsoever thing they laid their hands upon to do. So we want to find out, how do you set up the ark of God, an altar in your own estate, so that you prosper with the altar? In attending to the altar deliberately, you will find a commensurate effect on the things that the works of your hand does. Those of you from the thief culture, you must have, I think this should not be so strange to you, because there's a counterfeit of this matter that I'm speaking about that is in your culture. Where's Chief Donatus? Arm yourself with a microphone and give us an account of, how do they call that thing again? That altar. And when it is many, what?
Ambura. That's in plural form.
Okay. Now, for those of you watching from America, from England, please be patient with us. The word in our dialect that is used to depict this special kind of altar that has the capacity to produce demonic wealth, there is no English counterpart of that word. So please bear with us. Chief Donatus, can you call that word again?
Imbuvingu. And that is one, that's singular.
So that's the word. There is no English counterpart. Even Collins Dictionary did not anticipate this matter. So they did not make provision for it in the English language. So we need to make reference to it according to the language in the dialect that had the stature to carry the meaning of the matter that we are raising here. So please bear with us. I will try as much as possible to interpret where there is grace. But sometimes there is nothing to interpret to. So we have to retain the native presentation. Okay, so, Chief Donatus, can you give us an idea of how that thing works? Because it's in the heart of the thief culture. It's a tool that is used, embellished with demonic power, and it is said to have the ability to make a man prosper. So, and I've heard once and again, people fight over it. People fight in a certain family to be in custody of that material because of the potentials that it has in making his custodian exceptionally wealthy. Now, so can you give us, come on stage so that they'll be seeing your face, because give us an account and I will ask you a few questions. The issue of altars is not so far removed from our context. It's just that the people that have operated in the kingdom of darkness have utilized these concepts much more than we in the kingdom of God. So sometimes we will need to show us the example of that matter in the other. Just to give